Yo, Joburg, everybody. My name is Steve, and I'm delighted today to introduce you to my parents. This is Ken and Daphne.
Hi.
And we're going to go down a little trip down memory lane, a little bit of nostalgia, which I've asked them to join me on. Are you guys nervous?
Very nervous.
They don't know what to expect.
Right.
But I did prep them
preparation.
By telling them I was going to show them a picture of... I think this probably was breakup day of my preschool in the year 1990.
Wow.
Do you have any idea who might have taken the picture, Mom? Was it possibly you?
Maybe it was. I was always taking pictures.
Well, the fact that I'm in the middle suggests to me that you told all the surrounding children who are probably wanting to go home to their parents to gather around my boy and show off your prezzies, because the last day of term would be a Christmas Secret Santa type affair. I think every parent included a gift with their child that morning, and then we'd have a big assembly and everyone would unwrap a toy. And it just so happened that that day I got a GI Joe figurine.
Wow, how very foresightful of us. Look what that started out.
It was the must-have toy of that year, I'd say. Now, can you at all remember the process of selecting that figure? His name is Stalker, which is a rather unfortunate name in hindsight, maybe. But he did come with this impressive kayak, which dominates the right-hand side of the card. And the action figure was this cool guy in sort of a white jacket but with camo pants, and he had a whole mess of accessories on the other side. So I think you once confessed to me, Dad, that you selected it based purely on the fact that this seemed to have a lot going for it.
Yeah, it was something different. A canoe, yes, that comes with the figure.
I know, and it costs the same as a regular figure.
Yeah,
bonus.
And I thought it'd be something different, which we didn't have before.
Yes. Do you remember the fate of this figure? Actually, maybe we'll get into that later.
No, I don't think the figure was a consideration for me. It was just a canoe.
Oh. Okay, well, it's a great selling point, to be honest. And you would have had no idea the significance of that character. He was actually one of the original G.I. Joes, and this was his second version. So they decided to update him, change his skill set, make him more of an Arctic trooper. Yeah. All right, so we're going to flip to our next picture, which was actually taken only a couple of weeks later on Christmas Day of 1990.
Wow.
And you'll see Mark and Tess also making their YouTube debut today, my brother and sister. And we've got another G.I. Joe figure. This time, a guy clad all in black. I assume once again you were taking the picture, Mom? You had your little automatic?
Yep, I had it there. I was snapping away.
Yeah. And can you guys recall who selected that figure? too lost in the mist of time.
It was probably bought at the same time as the other one.
Perfect.
And just the one was for your birthday, and then a month later for Christmas. Yeah.
Nice. Well,
and probably from the same shop in
Maynard Mall.
Maynard Mall, yes.
Oh, yes. Perfect. Yeah, it would have been the OK Bazaars.
That's where they had a lot of those figures.
Well, the significance of those two particularly was that they were both the original team G.I. Joe members who were given updated looks. But even more significant than that, in the G.I. Joe mythology, these guys had a history. They were comrades in arms in the Vietnam conflict, and then became G.I. Joe members almost the same time. I think Stalker was responsible for helping the leader of G.I. Joe recruit this guy, who is Snake Eyes, who is the most famous member of the team, probably of the entire franchise. And you got him for me for Christmas, which was sublime choice. Well done.
We didn't know that at the time. Eh?
You know what, Kenneth?
It was random.
In our very many skills of parenting, we didn't even realize how very, very clever we were selecting these G.I. Joes. But you know what? I never realized how clever we were, but there you go. And that embarked
empirical proof
on a great adventure, a G.I. Joe adventure, and a future of.
Well, that that may be true, but can I tell you that these guys didn't have much of a great adventure because both figures suffered rather unfortunate fates.
Oh no, don't tell me.
Well, okay, flipping it back to Stalker. I remember one morning waking up and you'd been busy in the garden with the old petrol lawnmower.
The lawnmower.
I think I must have left him out there that evening.
And what, he got decapitated or what?
You just had fragments in your hand. I'm sorry, my boy. And I cherished those fragments. Hey, I kept them in like a little Tupperware box in one of my drawers, thinking maybe there was some way to resurrect him. I mean, his face was absolutely mangled. The body was shattered into a bit of sort of white plastic chips.
I take all that parenting skills back because we have traumatized our boy.
No,
Did you ever find another one?
Well, we're getting to that.
Okay.
The fate of Snake Eyes, I firmly believe, because it was the must-have status symbol of the playground at the time, and because, you know, as children, you often have slightly less scrupulous friends around. Like people that you just met, and it's like, oh, why don't you come over to my place? Why don't you have lunch? Let's have a sleepover. And these are people that you hardly know, and you might never see again. So I firmly believe that maybe Snake Eyes was a desirable figure that found its way into someone's back pocket.
Oh dear.
Possible. Or maybe I was just careless. It's entirely possible as well. It is very easy to lose a black-clad figure, particularly in a shady garden. So yeah, both figures disappeared shortly after I got them, and they passed into the stuff of legend. I have subsequently, as an adult, gotten them in other iterations, but never, that same experience of having them in the package again. That's a very premium experience that you hardly ever have. But a friend called Mauler Joe sent me what he deems as factory rejects. Funny guy. Because this is obviously not the box that contained those figures. But if you open it up, lo and behold, what is inside?
Oh my word. Thank you, kind friend, for helping this boy get over his childhood trauma.
It's not that bad, Mom.
Oh my
I've had 35 years. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, carded Stalker and Snake Eyes from 1989, and the flood of nostalgia in holding these again is it's quite breathtaking, and yeah, it does take me back to those instances, those pictures.
Wow.
This is how they would have been back in the day.
How does this lovely friend know that these were the two figures that were lost? Did you moan and cry about it before?
I can't say I said it too many times, but I think Joe is a very, very conscientious listener and wanted to make a very, very special gift. So, yeah, he went through the back catalogue of GI Joburg podcasts and heard my tale of woe and decided to include these two, which are spectacular gifts. And to be honest, he included a note with some instructions saying, your mission: unpack your team, infiltrate the lawn, gather intel on lawnmower, mingle with shady guest, survive the evening with entire team. Good luck. Joburg. So he knows these stories, these infamous tales of woe, and had sent me this very thoughtful gift. I am going to defy Joe and not uncard these, because they are just so special to have the full presentation once again and be transported to that time when I was, 5 years old, holding my toy, posing for Mom's camera, and then again on Christmas Day. So yeah, these are great. I do happen to own uncarded samples, so ones that I can play with. But these guys, I don't know, man. They
take you back.
Some people put carded figures in protective cases. I kind of want to be able to feel the cardboard. I'll wash my hands before I do so, because obviously you don't want to have oily fingerprints or acid transfer into the cardboard. I mean, preservation is now something that we now have to spare a thought to. But to just be able to hold the original, the real deal, it's magic. Can't really bottle that. So Anything you'd like to add before we call it a day on this delightfully indulgent video?
No, all I can see that this G.I. Joe must have been very good at camouflage. That's why I didn't see him hiding in the lawn.
Well, Dad, he was wearing this blinding white jacket.
But it's all green and brown there. It looks like our grass.
Maybe he was sort of upended and the white parts were buried. The legs were sticking up and you're like, oh, that's a weed.
But you know what it's
And
like
what
with
happened
those
to the
old petrol-driven... There's smoke going and it's a big noise and you're so happy you've got it going. You just
Boss,
have to keep going.
I don't hold a grudge.
I was looking out for G.I. Joe's.
No, it's really, it's fine.
Anyway,
I've had long enough to get over it.
You can tell from this picture that that wasn't your favorite present.
Oh dear. Was I showing favoritism to the Dino Riders?
Yeah, that's right. You can see who was your number one that day.
Well,
There's a subtle psychological clue. So
I palmed it off on Tess.
Yeah, your favorite.
Very good, Dad. Well, I guess I backed the wrong horse.
Yeah.
Dino Riders.
So
Well,
your
maybe
second
you can
best,
start
or
a
even
whole
your
new
third best
podcast.
present. There's your 1, 2, 3.
Well, that other present got consumed very quickly because I think that was probably a can of, or 6-pack of soft drink. Oh no, those are
like
fruit
pretzels.
pastilles.
Oh,
sweet.
wow. A whole pack
Yeah.
of 6.
6-pack.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright guys, thank you very much for joining me on this. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. It's been so lovely to be
What
part
a-
of
what
this.
a
Thank you
Thank
for
you, Joe.
including us. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
And can I get a righteous Yo Joburg from you guys? You go, Yo Joe.
Joburg.
Yo, Joburg!
Alright, that's it. We're a wrap.
We're a wrap. Okay.